This is an exercise I did that improved my art in the least stressful way possible, taking a manga page, looking at it, and trying to draw it exactly the same. Back in high school, when I realized that I truly wanted to be an artist and become a writer and illustrator, I would spend hours upon hours watching so many art tutorials, trying to absorb as much as I can from anatomy to foreshortening to color to shading. I would watch so many of these videos, but I would barely retain any knowledge on it. I would hardly remember a single sentence in some of these videos, and I'm not trying to discredit them at all. I've watched some amazing art tutorials and I have learned a lot from them, but for some reason I hardly remember what the artist would tell me. Not to mention, I was fantasizing a lot about my webcomic I wanted to make, and when I would apply the knowledge I got from the videos, I didn't want to share it online because I was always so secretive and protective of my story, so I didn't want to post about my OCs or anything. So I wanted to apply what I'd remember and I wanted something to post online to hopefully get a following, and so I decided to start drawing manga pages. What you're seeing me is doing exactly that, with a page of Hajime Kashimo from the series Jujutsu Kaisen as a reference. Back in my senior year was when, I believe, my art was the best it was. I truly believe that I was better at drawing in my senior year than now. Because of outside circumstances, it really caused me to regress in my skill currently. For some reason, I had 3 art classes a day in my odd day, right? I was able to even turn in my art as credit, even for 2 of them being ceramics class and art study. I had a math class as my first period too, but all we did was just sit and do work, which I did quickly with one of those math work apps because I was always horrible at it. And during the rest of the period, I would use it to just draw. So I basically had an entire day of just drawing, and what I do is find a random manga page or panel on my phone, and with my clipboard and stack of printer paper, with one of those number 2 looking mechanical pencils, I draw what I saw on paper. Now I wasn't tracing, I was referencing, and even though I would try to get the exact detail onto the paper, it still wasn't tracing as I didn't put the paper over my phone or anything. I tried to mimic what was on the page. And I believe that this is one of the best ways to improve as an artist, looking at reference and trying to draw it as exact as possible, trying to figure out how the artist was able to give perspective to the pose, how they were able to shade. A big problem I still have is collateral damage during a fight scene, and it really helped me try to piece together what a scene like a destroyed building would look like. I would have such a hard time trying to figure out how the artist was able to even create a sketch of this piece or anything, but then as I was drawing more and more of these pages, I was genuinely getting much better at it and understanding the process of creating art. There are exercises such as looking at a reference image for like 1 minute, taking it away, then trying to draw as much as you could remember of it as accurately as you can. Then the time would change, either decreasing or increasing the time to look at and try to memorize the image. But with what I would do, at some point I would even be able to start drawing the exact details of the reference page without even looking at it. It was very easy for me since I have such a hard time even trying to picture a dynamic pose in my head. Now what I'm doing here is just a sketch of Kashimo. I'm not trying to get down every single exact wrinkle of his clothes or something. And this is also what I like, because if you want, you don't have to draw each exact line as accurate as possible. You can try to practice your own art style if you want, like this one I did of Yuta from the same series. It's obvious I drew what was on the manga page, but when it came to his eyes, for example, I drew the eyes in my own way. It allows you to do basically whatever you want while still practicing. Now, of course, you won't get every single detail. Like in this time lapse I'm showing, I didn't get everything 100% accurate. His shoulder isn't in the right position, the wrinkles aren't exact, the face is different, and that is okay. That shows you what you got wrong and what you gotta improve on if you're gonna do it again. You can even see me mapping out where the joints are for his fighting position. I truly think this is one of the best things you can do if you want to improve. I'm surprised that not many people talk about this. It will give you something to draw if you can't figure out what you want to draw. You'll put your brain to use, trying to figure out how you're going to map out and construct what's on the reference page. You'll be able to actually practice the fundamentals and whatever you're bad at. Are you bad at perspective? Find a page that has it. Are you bad at anatomy? Find a page that has it. Are you bad at shading, foreshortening, color, architecture, whatever? Find a page that has it. Put it on your phone and sketch on paper with your phone next to you, or download it and put it as a pic in whatever drawing software you're using and start drawing what you see. This is, I believe, one of the best, genuine, simple, and effective exercises you can do to improve at art. And the fatal error I did as an artist was that I stopped doing it. Now, I'm not trying to pressure you into doing this, but I believe this is a great exercise if you do. You'll have a better understanding at a lot of the things that make up art. It doesn't even have to be a manga. It could be a comic page or a screenshot from a movie or a video game or something. Whatever it takes to help you improve, and with the practice you can get from it, you can apply it to your original work as well. It doesn't have to be so stressful. I remember getting so stressed out trying to do what I listened to, but I could barely remember it. And even if I did, it just wasn't showing up on the paper like it did in my mind. And even then, it barely showed up in my mind either. I think it's because of my ADHD or something, I don't know. I'm going to start doing this again, and I hope you start doing it as well if you want to. My next video will be about Shin Godzilla because I just watched Godzilla Minus One and it was perfect. Thanks for watching. Join my Patreon. I got links in my show's description. Tell me what you want to see next. Tell me what you think in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please be kind to yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching.